And welcome to the second Now debate of 2018. And if you are not currently aware, I am Jared Walters and I am here again with Richard Oliver. And you can find us on the Twitters at ParanormalNowJW or at ParanormalNowRO. And I thought I'd drop a Twitter quote in there. But apparently we sell slippers now.
Yeah, and ladies' dresses.
We have divulged from the world of the paranormal, everyone, and we are now fully embracing the world of fashion.
You can't write it, can you?
No, so if you would like to buy some very expensive, dramatically overpriced, knockoff clothing, then please visit paranormalnow.co.uk.
Or Spiritual Worlds.
Or spiritualworlds.co.uk. Those who have been following my work for some time know that I used to run a website called Spiritual Worlds, which now, coincidentally, synchronicity is a marvellous thing, ladies and gentlemen, sells women's clothing. And men's clothing.
Yeah.
But not the brands themselves. You see, they're fakes.
Yeah.
And extortionately priced. So,
Yeah.
Shall we discuss what's happened?
Well, we've been, as you know, if you've watched any of our videos on our channel, we've been doing quite a bit of communication with what they are saying are ETs. And we've spent the best part of 2017 communicating with them.
Yeah.
And which left us bewildered and confused and a bit unfounded with it all, to be honest with you, because we didn't know why they were communicating with us. But as it sort of rolled on to 2018, it seems in the media and over social media there is a lot of UFO talk.
Absolutely.
I mean,
which has nothing to do with us, which is the topic of today's programme,
yeah.
But has nothing to do with the fact that why you sell slippers.
No. Well, or does it?
This is the question.
Or does it? Because it seems that we've our sites, our web pages, if you like, have been taken down and turned into clothing shops, online clothing shops.
Yep.
Which is pretty bizarre because we spent 5 years building them sites up. And we've always maintained them and sort of kept an eye on them, and yeah, they've been hijacked or sold, or we don't really know. We haven't investigated.
Yeah.
But so yeah, just keep an eye, guys. If anything happens on our YouTube page or Twitter or Facebook, you know there's something fishy going on. Should we say?
And for the time being, if you do want to contact us on the web, we will be setting up paranormalnowinvestigations.com, of which I now currently own. Now, basically, what it was I contacted our web host earlier on this week. They kindly informed me that the domains were not had expired. Now, I'm pretty sure that I renewed them, although will honestly say I don't know the back end of the host. I'm not going to name and shame the host because they were actually very good to me for about 5 years, and their back end has become very, very confusing, and basically perhaps they expired on their own terms. I was pretty sure I renewed them, if I'm completely honest with you, but I will investigate that side of it also. But it's very strange how both those websites, now Spiritual Worlds, Paranormal Now was maintained quite regularly, but Spiritual Worlds hadn't been. So I can understand if something happened to Spiritual Worlds I've not really cared about it for over a year. It's only now I've started to like sort of think, right, well, I've had the break from that, maybe let's start it again. And
it is.
It's a bit strange.
It's a bit sus. It's not getting out there. I mean, we've been putting out these videos about ETs, and they're pretty controversial. And we put out predictions, and we put out some now debates. It's been a bit controversial, and you know, our Facebooks are controversial. It's not getting out there. This is what we try and put as much information out there as we can, and it does seem a bit odd that our websites, both these websites, have been taken down.
Yeah.
And are selling under the names that we had.
Yeah,
Paranormal Now and Spiritual Worlds.
Yeah, there's actually someone's put some effort into that. Well, I don't say effort. I would say, I think they're using a template, a website template, which doesn't really take. But it's the fact that the pictures are watermarked with Paranormal Now, and it's very strange. Whether it is, a coincidental scam artist that's basically found that the sites were connected somehow, which wouldn't have been hard. There were references to Spiritual Worlds on Paranormal Now. I would say that because Spiritual Worlds, if you went to it maybe last July, all you would have got is a blank page because it was literally shut down and waiting for a sort of renewal process from myself, which I will now be undertaken under the name JaredandSam.com or JaredSamSpirit.com. I haven't decided yet, but it'll be under a different name, of which is completely irrelevant. I would basically sit leaning on to more the fact it's a scam or scam artist than it is directly related to the responses that we're having. For the simple fact is that
it's a conspiracy.
Maybe a conspiracy.
We're not saying the Earth is flat, but this is a conspiracy.
But if we had maybe 100,000 subscribers, then yeah, perhaps I could say, But with the channel in the state it is, which is quite fledgling, and rightly so. It's been 9 months. It's been a brilliant 9 months, and we've put out some amazing stuff. And we've had some amazing feedback, and the channel is in a state of growing. It's still very, very young, though we've been working on Paranormal Now for 5 years. The particular YouTube channel, we didn't really start going down that route properly until roughly the end of 2016. I was making videos throughout 2016, but they were not as hardcore as the ones that we put out now. I guess we're not actually divulging a lot of time into. So in the last 9 months, we've actually started putting our time really directly into creating the video content. So I would basically say it's a scam, but just out of paranormalnow.co.uk is no longer our website. Our website was now paranormalnowinvestigations.com. And you will see some changes to that, which is just a standard WordPress theme at the moment. I will be dedicating some time to rebuilding the website or resetting it back up within the next couple of weeks before the end of January. I would also like to say, if there's anyone listening that is having paranormal activity around their house and you live in the South Wales area, then please email. I would say we'll set up an email, a dedicated email, so people can get in touch with us. But I would say just get in touch with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/paranormal now, and send us a message. Because we do maintain both the Facebook and the YouTube presences, and we are still taking on cases if anyone does need our help. That's never going to change. That's going to unless obviously the
it's changed now because we haven't got a website at the moment. And they've got to find us through other means, but we are still and will always
be open to doing that. Helping that. And
anyway,
we're going to be doing it through other means as well, like Monday messages. I'm going to start bringing that back and doing things with that. I think we'll start bringing the mediumship into it a little bit as well. So the topic for today, guys, and we've been speaking about this with our website for some time, is we put a video out this week regarding the it was a short collection of responses from a short session we did with a new app. It was a brand new app. I will be honest with you, it's really interesting how these things work, and I'm not entirely sure how this new app works. I can kind of explain it to a point with the SCD2 and with Martin does explain it in the video, but it's to do with manipulating sound. So spirit are meant to be, or whatever beings are communicating with, are meant to be manipulating the sound, and it references the fact that UFOs have been and ETs have been discussed a lot in the media. There's been some very strange happenings happening in the world, and we would just like to sort of create a bit of a discussion about it. And so let's just sort of talk about it in sequence. We had the asteroid, the cigar-shaped asteroid, which some astronauts and scientists are coming out and saying it could very well be extraterrestrial. We're now seeing a sort of backpedaling on that, and sort of people saying no, it's something else, it's a natural phenomena. So that's creating a little bit of controversy and discussion. We have the meteorites as well, which landed in Russia a couple of months back, but also have this massive streak of light that's kind of lit up half of Russia recently, that sparked fears of that nuclear war had broken out.
Funny thing, there's an article on the news today we need to talk about as well.
And what's that?
About them accidentally launching a missile.
Oh.
It was on the radio as I was on the way up here in the car, so it's something we need to look into, because it does sound a bit bizarre. They accidentally launched, I think it was a Scud missile or something like that,
right,
at an island or something, and everybody obviously panicked, and now they're saying, oh, we don't know why it happened, it was a mistake, we're looking into it. Bit of a mistake to launch a missile at somebody.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little look into that as well, and we'll talk about that maybe in a future Now debate. But yeah, that happened literally today, and I just heard about it on the news. So.
Well, you have these rockets, these SpaceX rockets and stuff with top secret payloads being launched, and we've got what's the other one? It's the National Reconnaissance Agency, is it? National Reconnaissance Agency, NRA, that have been launching secret satellites into orbit. There's always been quite a rush of that happening lately. You've got the a lot of this stuff, I will have to give credit where credit's due. A lot of this stuff I've heard of, probably most, not exclusively, but a lot of it has been covered by Security 10's a great channel, guys. If you're into ufologies and stuff, check it out. It has some really interesting stuff on there, but it's been a lot of it's been in the mainstream media. You've even had Fox News yesterday covering the recent Pentagon revelations and that video as well. So there's a lot going on that's bringing ufology into the public awareness, bringing it into public consciousness. Especially, I was sat down the other day and I put a YouTube video on of RT. It's probably the only mainstream news I kind of follow and will actually look at, because it's probably the only mainstream news I can stomach. But then I've sat there listening to a discussion show, you know, a bit like RT's version of Newsnight or whatever, and they're discussing UFOs, and he's thinking, what? It was surreal.
It's been everywhere. I mean, it's literally been everywhere. I mean, it's coming up in the news. They're talking about it on chat shows. They're talking about it. It's everywhere. I mean, it is literally everywhere. It's coming up in newspapers. I mean, you've got the Pentagon that just said they've been doing this UFO research for all these years and spending so much money on it.
22 million.
Yeah, so I mean, it is literally everywhere. Are they prepping us for something?
Yeah.
Do they know something's coming? Are they getting us away for it? Because they've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Right, slipping these images in, right, to our consciousness for years. We know about this, but it is a big increase as we speak of UFO phenomena, and it's, it does seem a bit sus. I mean, don't get us wrong, it's brilliant for us because we've been talking about this for a while. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've been talking about this when we've been at disbelief ourselves.
Exactly.
So I mean, this meteorite, this so-called meteorite. I mean, the images. If you look at the proper images. I mean, there's artist sketches of it. If you look at the proper images,
the asteroid. You mean?
The asteroid, yeah, they come into our solar system. That was tumbling. It's so cylindrical, right? It just looks so anomalous, and I mean, they've sent things out there. They've tried to get readings from it. You've got people like Stephen Hawking talking about it.
Yeah, I think it's an article right here actually. In I'll bring it up on my screen here now. I think it's the Daily Mirror that's basically said about it. It's basically a scientific body backed by Stephen Hawking is investigating whether a cigar-shaped object that zipped through our solar system earlier this year could have been an alien spacecraft. Astronomers at the University of Hawaii first spotted the mysterious celestial body known as Oumuamua. Yeah, it is Oumuamua.
Right.
Oumuamua. Right. Okay. So interesting. Why Oumuamua?
You'll have to Google Translate to see what it means.
Yeah, I think we'll have to look into that. It's the first object discovered in the solar system not appear to have originated from another part of the galaxy. Although thought to be an asteroid, Oumuamua's elongated shape, hundreds of meters in length, but only one-tenth as wide, is highly unusual for space rock. Travelling up to 196,000 miles per hour, the object's high speed also suggests it is not gravitationally bound to the Sun, but is destined to head back out of the solar system. The breakthrough listen $100 million program backed by British physicist Stephen Hawking, Russian digital tech mogul Yo Milner, and Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg is investigating whether Oumuamua may have unnatural origins. The organisation, who aim to search for evidence of civilization beyond Earth, is using the world's largest manoeuvrable radio telescope, the Green Bank, in West Virginia to track the object. The giant dish began listening to the object across 4 radio frequencies bands on Wednesday, December the 13th, in an attempt to direct electromagnetic signals that cannot be produced by nature. The detection of these signals could indicate the object is not an interstellar asteroid, as many believe, but some kind of alien starship.
I mean, that's enough said. And I mean, you got people like Zuckerberg and Hawkins on the case. I mean, there's something up in it.
Yeah.
If it was genuinely a pile of rocks, which if it was elongated, right, it would be a cluster.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, I've looked at the images and they are, it's just the weirdest shape for just to be a rock.
Well, you've got the ring makers of Saturn.
I mean, the thing is with Saturn's rings, right? They would cluster, right? They would. Scientifically, they would cluster, right? Because there's so many different sort of shapes and sizes in them rings, and eventually they'll become moons, right? There's moons in the middle of Saturn rings as we speak, but eventually they'll sort of clump together. As it drags, as the objects get bigger, they'll start to drag the rest of the rings towards themselves. So eventually the rings will disappear and they'll become moons. So I mean,
this guy now, he's who wrote this book. He's a NASA physicist. He is, he's basically clued up to the eyeballs. He's peer reviewed, I believe. He has got a resume that is quite a stack, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has documented these photos of these cigar-shaped objects, like almost like creating the rings. We've got the rings going round the planet, and like the last bit of the ring is like a dent as if it's making it. It's got this cigar-shaped object which would be hundreds of miles, would be miles in length. And you've also got Kepler. So maybe, I'm not disputing what he's saying about the moons, but it's just that's what he picked up.
Yeah.
But you've got Kepler as well, picking up strange cigar-shaped objects in near the Orion Nebula.
Yeah.
Cigar-shaped is probably one of the most sort of common UFOs sighted, around the world.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's that, my brain's gonna tell me I'm lying. It's a tapestry in, I think it's Austria, of a space whale, basically.
Yeah.
And in that, there's circles, triangles, and cylinders.
Yeah.
Cigar-shaped objects.
Mm-hmm.
Firing lasers at each other and crashing to the ground and exploding. These cylindrical objects have been shown for thousands of years in pictures and depictions. So, yeah, I mean, there is something in it. I mean, you can't deny it.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, you can't.
No, absolutely not. The other interesting, this all comes after the Pentagon thing hit, and that was literally in December as well. The date that Mirror article. Now, apparently, I don't know if I'm right here, but it was kind of, I don't know if it's connected to Tom DeLonge, whether he did something that sort of brought it to the surface, or if it was just randomly sort of sent to the New York Times, because it was broken through a New York Times story that I believe there was a certain sort of ufologist that wrote it, and it was then corroborated, admitted to by several high level people in the Pentagon. This project actually exists. Now, I don't know whether if that was connected, but one of the big things that was happening towards the end of last year is you had the Blink-182 lead singer. I think he's the lead singer anyway, or one of the singers, or one of the band members from Blink-182 set up this GoFundMe page and wanted to raise millions, so then he would release this information about about ufologies. And it's now why I brought up Tom DeLonge is they will always try and put, if they want to try and manipulate the public, they will try and get someone the public trusts. Russell Brand was a very good example of that. They would. So I'm wondering whether, because it did feel, whether or not it was, to me, just as a sort of average sort of person who looks into UFOs, was taking it at that particular point in a quite a passive way, because I've had other things going on, whether or not he's actually being manoeuvred to be like a front piece for this, or a kind of celebrity sort of way of sort of talking to the people, and always talking down to the people to say, oh, we've got this under control, or there's a nice face behind it. They will tell, to misdirect. So if there is that, if that side of it is, if he is connected, I wonder if they will actually use, because they're doing it with certain personalities. I've noticed in the media certain different personalities popping up every so often, sometimes to discredit, sometimes to add credence. Are they going to use these personalities to try and sell us a narrative? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
With this, because you don't think that the Pentagon footage is legit?
I don't think. I think that image has been altered and doctored. I mean, because they're travelling at some unbelievable speed. That's an airplane chasing a UFO, right? Which has a UFO, as they know, right, as you can see on the news, has the manoeuvrability, right, that is just beyond anything we have, right? They can literally do 360, you know what I mean? They can turn in an L, and they can disappear at unbelievable speeds, and that stays in the crosshairs of that camera perfectly for a good minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
It never deviates. Do you mean? It's at a really odd angle. I think the image has been doctored. It looks I've looked at thousands of images over the years of fake videos, and from paranormal ones to UFO ones, and it just doesn't look like your stereotypical UFO video. To keep it in frame as like that is just bizarre.
Yeah.
It's like unless it's trying to be filmed, and it's staying. You know what I mean? Because it would be a laser guided sort of system, but it just seems really sus to me, that video. It just seems like it's been altered.
And what about the Russian flash?
The Russian flash, yeah.
This is a flash that happened about a week or so ago over Russia. Like half the country kind of lit up for about a couple of seconds, basically.
Yeah. Oh, it lit up a couple of thousand miles.
Yeah.
Of Russia. Yeah, it is a bit odd. It does look like an electrical sort of flash, right?
Yes.
To me, like a mass. The rumbling could be like, as you heard thunder thumb out, you feel in your belly, right? It rumbles, right? Because the sound is such a profound sound. It like travels. It can actually travel through the ground. So if it was an extraordinary huge flash of lightning, right, like a massive electromagnetic field that just sort of like, you know, grounded itself,
yeah,
that rumble would be felt for as far as it would have, because it would have been such a noise. It would have been like you know, a volcano went off.
yeah.
It would have been a tremendous bang, because the flash is huge. So could it be electrical? Yeah. Could it be something else? Yeah, of course it could. You know, it could have been a meteorite, because they've had a few meteorites coming over Russia. I mean, over the last couple of years. I mean, well, I witnessed one the other day, and that come really close to the ground and burnt up. So yeah, I mean, it does seem a bit sus. It's like the thing we were talking about earlier, with the tides going out.
Yeah.
Where these people are waking up in the morning, they're looking out their window, and the tide's supposed to be, and then it is the beach has been extended by about 1,000
meters. That's 100 meters or so.
Yeah.
That's in Ecuador. That is. Well, there's other places as well, but
yeah.
no, Ecuador was one of the places reported it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a couple of places around the world that's reported it. You know, what would cause that? You know, you've got things like we were talking about earlier. Gravity waves would cause the sea to, you know, pull the sea up like the moon does.
Yeah.
The moon having a funny 5 minutes could cause it. There's quite a few things that could cause it. Do you know what I mean? Because sea levels haven't dropped, so something's pulling the water up to pull it away from shore, because they panicked, didn't they? They thought they were having a tsunami.
Yeah.
So there is some really strange phenomena going on around the world as we speak, and it does all seem to be sort of stemming on this UFO sort of content. So what is going on, guys? Do you know what I mean? Do you have information? If you're listening to this, or you know someone that knows someone that knows someone, get this out there to them. To ask them about it, tell them about it.
Well, we'd like to know more about, you know, we are working as hard and as fast as we can to get this information from the live streams out, to get information, because we don't want to lose sight of the fact that we're doing, you know, the ghost and spirit stuff as well. We don't really want to lose sight of that side of it either.
No.
So we kind of find that we're looking at balancing everything now and trying to get as much of the information that we have out there, and see if it can be corroborated or looked at or whatever. But yeah, if you find this podcast interesting, or you want to keep an eye on our videos, then please do subscribe to the channel and follow us on find us on Facebook, facebook.com/paranormal now, and also we can find us on Twitters, which is Paranormal Now JW and Paranormal Now RO. RO is in capitals, because which one is important?
Have we had anything from the live streams about this object coming into our room?
I don't know, but
you will have to go back and check, because I don't know why something's just rung a bell.
What's that? What's rung a bell with me is on some of the live streams it says about launching a rocket.
No, this object, this supposed meteorite, or this cylinder. Yeah, this what?
It does mention asteroid
yeah,
a couple of times. It mentions an asteroid in the Griffin footage.
Yeah.
But that is so obscure, I can't quite. It just mentions the word asteroid. What's around it is very, very hard to decipher. We'll have a look after this broadcast, because I want to have a look through some of the responses with you quickly anyway.
Yeah.
It is. We'll have a look after this broadcast. Is there anything we haven't covered now?
I don't think so. I mean, it's just, I mean, we're just going to keep, like yourselves, obviously if you're listening to this, if this is what you're into, I mean, we're just going to keep an eye on it ourselves. We're going to keep an eye on the media and social media and see what's coming up, and, you know, what significance, because we've had predictions and we've been told stuff that's happening this year. So,
well, the prediction is, to take a quick look at that, we've basically given the date of the 8th of May, or around the 8th of May, so I'd say with the first 10 days of May have been, also from what we can gather, they say that there's going to be more of this coming, more of this to come, and we're actually seeing it being hammered home still in the news. Now, you know, most news items, to be honest with you, once they've run their course after a couple of days, it's gone. You know, whether it's a missing child or whatever, a political upheaval or whatever. You know, this seems to be
like Donald Trump not coming to the UK because he doesn't like the location of the American embassy building.
Yeah. Or
I don't think that one's going to go away anytime soon.
No. But we are seeing it a lot more now in the public eye and in the public consciousness. There's been a lot of I personally feel just sort of like trying to reach out this year. It's very difficult. We did do a psychic predictions video last year on our Jad and Sam Spiritual Worlds channel, which is now set and closed. We did do a psychic prediction. We should check that out actually and see how close we were. But can you see anything about this year, Bat? Can you see anything coming this year?
I'd have to have good luck, do you know what, to be honest with you, right? So it's going to sound a bit strange, but I've sort of held off from looking at this year.
Do you know what? I was listening to is a psychic on YouTube I follow called Joseph Tittle. Quite well known in the States, as far as I know, and he does predictions every year. And he said this is the first year in 10 years he had the same vibe. When he sat down to do his live stream, nothing would work, and he had the vibe to hold off on it.
That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, it's almost like there's peering round the door, but it's, do you want to see it? And that's how I kind of feel. I mean, I see something happening with Mr. Trump. Something about his state of mind, right? It's something to do with, I mean, it's just gonna, I don't know, I can sort of see him, they're either gonna try and force him out. Genuinely now, do you know what I mean? Force him out.
Yeah.
It's something along them lines, but it's something to do with his, I feel like it's, I don't know why, it's something to do with his head. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, I would say that's something to do with maybe his mental state or something. Okay. I see a really big eruption, volcanic, massive.
Yeah.
Because I said, I'm pretty sure I saw this last year.
Do you know where you are with this eruption?
I'm trying to look. I don't know, because I'm not looking round that corner.
Yeah.
This is just something that's sort of like in my head. I'm sure I said about this last year for this year. Somewhere.
Well,
yeah, if I come up with anything, I'll have
we'll
a
have to.
ponder.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just kind of zoned out, and I was watching some sort of like media broadcast, and it was British news, and it was a Washington correspondent, and I felt quite sick to my stomach with it, and it feels as if I'm drawn to something happening in Washington. Feels like something not very nice happening in Washington.
Yeah.
I am, because it feels like I can see people running.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, I feel something's
It's
happening with Trump. I do. It's really strong.
It's almost like a riot. That's the way I can explain it. I can hear police sirens, but I can see the White House. And what's that on Capitol Hill? They got the domed. Is that the White House? It's got a dome on top of it.
The White House.
I can see a domed building, so I can see people running, and I feel sick with it.
That's the other end. That is, that's the, what do you call it? Where they keep all the Declaration of Independence in it. I can't think of the word. My brain's not working because I've gone off looking. Yeah.
Sorry, that's overwhelmed me a little bit there.
Yeah.
That's overwhelmed me. Whoa, that was very strange. That was very strange. But
weird thing is, I don't know why it is. I can't see anything to do with. Very strange, right? I get this strong like terrorist attack vibe, right?
Yeah.
But for the life of me, I can't even focus on where it is.
Yeah.
But it's the weirdest thing. It's like it's almost being like I can't focus on, you know, the happening of it, and that I find it very strange.
Because I'm not sure what I saw was an attack. Because it was all I could see was people running in the street, so it could be an attack. I didn't want to say it was an attack because it felt like it was. It feels more like riots, but if it's definitely explosions and stuff there. It feels like it's like some sort of riot. I can hear gunshots. I can. Oh, this is really strange because I can actually hear them as I'm talking to you. I can hear police sirens. I can see a car.
But this
like
feels like
it's
not what it. For some reason, it feels like it's not what you think it's going to be like. It's not. It's like it's like it's not your stereotypical attack.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It feels like really different.
Alien invasion, perhaps.
Could be.
That's one of the things that it is. It's supposed to be the end game for the Illuminati, isn't it? Is a false flag alien invasion. Now we have seen a lot of stuff with Project Bluebeam, a lot of weird mirage effects and a lot of strange things appearing around the world. And if the media are ramping up to something, it's that they want us to believe something, and I would probably say that we shouldn't really believe what they want us to believe.
No.
We should always do our own research and come to your own conclusions, because don't take my word for it, for God's sake, because quite frankly my opinions are my opinions, and opinions are like arseholes, everyone has them. I'm hoping that what we have uncovered and what we have put out there is something we can at least back up in some capacity. But that's why it does take us a bit longer as well, because we do try and back up everything. We do.
Keep seeing something to do with a boat as well. I just checked that out there, with lots of people on. Whatever. This feels bad.
I see balloons. Balloons going up into light blue balloons. Going up into the sky. I don't quite know what that's about though. It's like it's a set of the balloons symbolise something. Like it's like a celebration of something. It's to do with, like, I don't know if it's like for children. It's something to do with children. Yeah, it's definitely to do with children. There's something to do, or a child. That's going to be quite prominent. Like a bit like when you had like that April Jones that went missing. That was covered by the media, and they had like the pink bow or something around it.
Yeah.
I can see blue balloons. Like a turquoisey pale blue. And like people letting them off. But I feel like I'm in the suburbs. So like maybe somewhere like, I don't know, I'm drawing like Manchester or somewhere like that. So there's like suburbs. I can definitely see like something to do with kids. It is. But it feels it doesn't feel like a kid going missing. It feels more like a celebration of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels like it's like it's something like a breakthrough. So I can explain, it's like a breakthrough of something. Okay. Like there's. It's weird. It's like kind of bittersweet. It's like it's honouring something, but it's a breakthrough. So whether it's something that was set up for a cause, like was set up because. Like a foundation or something was set up to because of someone died of a certain disease, and that disease gets cured, or maybe it's something like that. I don't know. But it feels like a celebration. It does. So I'm drawn to. Yeah, I'm drawn down to Manchester, and I'm drawn to Norfolk. So it feels like it affects people in multiple areas.
Okay.
Yes. So that'll be interesting to see if
That
that
goes
comes.
for that.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes to light. Hopefully this prediction video won't get taken down by YouTube. Right, well, I think that will just about wraps it up for today's Now Debate. Thank you guys for tuning in, listening, watching, and I've been Jared Walters.
I've been Richard Oliver.
And thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Please share us about, subscribe to the channel, find us on Facebook, and remember, paranormalnowinvestigations.com. You don't want to buy that knockoff women's clothing or the paranormal slippers.
No, you
Thank you very much, guys. You take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon in another video.
Bye bye.